Malpractice in the plastic surgery industry is a huge problem in the United States, and it affects millions of people a year. It can cause lifelong complications, and it can hurt a community very badly. And heightened qualifications for these plastic surgeons is the answer to all of the problems with malpractice happening for patients. It can cause lifelong complications, and these people will have to live with what the doctor did to them for the rest of their life. And there's causes for this bad problem that's happening, and that's because plastic surgeons are not required to pass a plastic surgery exam to perform the surgeries. There's no special qualifications that is just for plastic surgeons, and anyone who has a medical degree can in turn perform plastic surgery on their patients. And even if they do not have surgery experience at all, like a normal doctor or a dentist is performing plastic surgery on these patients and really hurting them. I think that in order to perform plastic surgery, you should have to be a member of the American Board of Medicine and certified under the Board of Medicine for plastic surgery. And the reason this is happening is because all of these surgeries are happening in private medical offices. They're not happening in hospitals. Hospitals require their doctors to be certified under the Board of Medicine to perform surgery in the hospital because they have liability issues. But if these surgeons are just performing the surgery in their own medical office, there's no one regulating what they're doing at all. The government isn't really involved in private plastic surgery offices. And also, people are going out of the United States for plastic surgery. They're trying to cut the cost and get a surgery for a cheaper cost. And in places like Mexico and overseas, this is a really bad option because there's no regulations in other countries at all. And surgeons in other countries don't receive the kind of medical training that we do here. Our colleges that give you a medical degree in the United States are a lot more thorough in their training than any other country. And if you're going to get plastic surgery or any type of surgery, the best option is to have your surgery done in the United States, and that you should never go out of the United States, because if malpractice happens, the United States government has no say over what procedure you got done in another country. They can't help you out at all. And these surgeons that are performing plastic surgery and committing malpractice in the United States are doing this because they want to cut costs. They just want to make a profit. They do not care about their patients. They do not care about the outcome of their patients. All they want is a good profit from the surgery. And if they commit malpractice, they most likely won't answer your calls or help you out at all if you end up with a bad outcome and you have to live with this for the rest of your life and possibly pay to go have your surgery done in another place. And they're using non-ethical procedures to do this. They're doing general anesthetic, which means that they're not putting you out under anesthesia. They're doing awake surgeries. This is all to cut costs and give a cheaper surgery and just really hurt the patient. And the solution to this is heightened mandatory qualifications for plastic surgeons. And I already talked about this. They should have to have hospital privileges because of the qualifications that hospitals provide for these doctors whenever they get a job there. In order to perform plastic surgery in the United States, I believe that you should have enough qualifications to have privileges in a hospital, just to ensure that the doctors know exactly what they're doing and they do not hurt patients like they are before. And I think that the government needs to regulate private medical offices better and make sure that they are qualified and really dig into these cases that people are coming up with on malpractice. They're very serious, and I feel as though the government is really brushing it off because it's plastic surgery and it's not life-saving surgery. But this is a really big issue, and it's causing a lot of people detrimental costs, and it's just an awful thing going on. And we need to filter out all these money-driven surgeons. This is a really big issue in the plastic surgery field, is these surgeons are not here to help people. They're just here to make a profit. And if someone comes in and they want a procedure done and they are not healthy enough for the procedure, they do not care. They will do the surgery. They will do whatever the patient asks and just go MIA if something goes wrong. They never get repercussions for their actions. They never are accountable for the problems that they're causing people for the rest of their life. And people like Dr. Michael Elam, he stated that he does life-saving surgery, that he helps patients, but in reality, he was convicted of malpractice and he's in jail now. And it's just a big fight with the plastic surgery industry and the people in this industry. The doctors that really care for their patients are fighting against the people that do not, and they're trying to get the regulations there, but the money-driven surgeons are really just pushing against it and trying to keep doing what they're doing and hurting their patients, and it's just not okay. Something needs to be done to help these patients who are falling victim to these awful surgeons, and it's heightened requirements is the answer.